Hey guys, Mighty Gazelle here, back with more reading the My Hero Academia manga. We're on chapter 284. This is coming out on a Thursday. This is the unofficial translation. Normally these come out on Fridays, but this week's a little bit different. I think the official one's coming out a day earlier on Saturday, because I think they're taking a Shonen Jump break next week, from what I've heard. So we're getting this a day early, which is fine by me because we've had a 2-week wait. And it left on the epic cliffhanger where Deku activates float, presumably for the first time. We don't know for sure. We have by the way, link in the description for my Discord. We have great discussions about all these chapters. We were discussing there whether or not, like, maybe he had already not mastered it, but used it before that time skip, or during that time skip that we got, or if this is the first time he's used it. We're gonna hopefully find out here. We'll see how much he has mastered the ability, or if this is just him using it the first time. We'll find out. But regardless, I'm so excited. Deku versus Shigaraki. This could go any way, and let's just dive on in. First shot, it shows a pulled back view of Deku in the air, holding all the other heroes that are around him with the black whips, and Shigaraki in front of him with the black whips. Oh man, okay. If Shigaraki touches the ground, there will be another huge wave of destruction. He has to be dealt with in the air, and Deku just looking so badass right here. He's got like a spiral of black whips around him. He's going full cowling with the whole electricity thing around him, and he's got Shigaraki right in front of him. And Shigaraki, as we saw in the last chapter, he might be approaching some sort of limit here, in terms of what his body can handle, because he did leave that tank early. So we'll see if that comes into play here. On the side it says, okay, never mind, ignore that. That's just some of the website stuff. My control is getting unstable. This is bad. Uh-oh. So he's losing control of his black whips. Okay, so it looks like Deku does not have full mastery of the black whips yet, but oh man. Okay. Please take care of Gran Torino and the others. It looks like he dropped everyone else down. Endeavor, Todoroki, Bakugo, and everyone who's holding Aizawa up, and presumably Ryukyu in human form. That kind of looks like her. Endeavor shouts, "Shoto, deal with the injured." How pathetic, he thinks to himself. The one who should be up there right now is me, not me, the number one. I mean, Deku, he's got to be the number one day, so step aside, Endeavor. Bakugo shouts, "Hold on, Deku." Oh my gosh. We haven't seen a lot of Bakugo yet. I hope we get more Bakugo. He's done some stuff, but not a whole lot. You're the one who should be furthest from that guy. Erasure is already gone. Then who else is gonna keep Shigaraki in the air? Shouts Deku. And Bakugo's looking all sorts of upset right now. So is Endeavor. Shigaraki says, "If you like the sky so much, then I'll take One for All off your hands and send you straight to heaven. And I'll make sure those old geezers down there keep you company." Oh my gosh. We're about to get this like epic showdown between these two. Oh, this is kind of how I always expected the series to end. Like, this probably won't be their last confrontation. This isn't the end of the series or anything, but how far will this fight go? Deku shouts, "Leave them alone! Don't you dare hurt anyone else!" He's just looking all sorts of angry, and they're going at it, dude. Like, Deku's pulling forward the black whip. Shigaraki's raising his hand. Deku's go. Oh my gosh. Yes. Oh, and Bakugo looking all sorts of kind of panicky almost right here. "You want to take part in our training?" Oh, it's a flashback? Yeah, dude. Okay. I was kind of hoping we would get a flashback showing some stuff that happened before this, like, arc. We have Sero, Uraraka, and Froppy. Dude, Uraraka's hair. She, like, put it up. That's really cute. Hantasero says, "So what?" Uraraka continues, "Do you want?" Froppy ends up with "us to do." They're all like pointing to themselves. Okay, so we have All Might and Bakugo here with Deku. Deku has like some sort of afro. What the heck? Why does he have an afro? "I'm sorry to ask this of you guys when you're so busy," says All Might. Deku continues, "I just wanted to get your advice for my new power." "You mean Black Whip? You can use it already though, can't you?" Says Sero. "Never mind that. What's up with your hair?" Yeah, they're asking about his hair. His hair looks like just like an afro. Like, I don't know how else to explain it. Oh, this is just Oh, this just happened after a series of losing or losses during my tie-up Kachan with Black Whip training. Oh, okay. Dude, that's so cool. Bakugo's flying around. Deku's trying to grab him with the Black Whips. That's such cool training. I couldn't capture him at all, so I want to ask Sero-kun for tips on how to handle fast-moving targets, since he uses his quirk similarly. Yeah, it's very true. It's very much like Hantasero's tape. It's, yeah, the Black Whips. That's good. That's a good idea. Bakugo wins by touching Deku and avoiding his whips, says some sort of narrator, I guess. Bakugo's just sitting there drinking his water or whatever. Uraraka says, is there nothing in the rules about explosions? Bakugo-kun, you're as dreadful as ever. Deku's the one who wanted some real combat in the first place, and All Might's just overhearing all this. Uraraka's still yelling at him. Or no, she. I love that hair on her, by the way. She looks adorable with that new hairstyle. How can I help? Even though I'm still getting used to the wire. What wire? Oh, her wire that she has in her costume. I forgot about that. If it's skills you want, shouldn't you ask Aizawa Sensei? Says Hantasero. That's true. That'd be a pretty good one to teach him with as well. And All Might says, I hope he can learn how to hit the brakes while airborne from your quirk, young Uraraka. Deku-kun's always hopping around though, like a bunny, says Uraraka and Froppy. He's improving his time in the air along with his power. Oh, says the other ones. Because he needs to keep pushing his limits when in the air. Okay, so I don't think... Okay, so the way the sounding is that the other people don't know he has float, but presumably All Might and Deku know that he has float. Because it seems like they're not straight up saying he can, but they're like, oh, we need to just train him in the air. As for Aizawa, he's currently occupied with other pressing matters. Okay, so this is what was going on during President Mike and Aizawa's interrogation of Kurogiri. That's interesting. That's kind of cool. It's a good way to tell us when this takes place. Deku says, I'm writing down notes on everyone's techniques, including Mr. Aizawa's. Things you can share with me, like how to use your bodies and what it feels like and such. Nice, she made him float. Thinking Uraraka and Deku floating in the air. I still love that hairstyle on her. It's great. Think of it like swimming in the air and balance yourself with your arms and legs. Yeah, that's it. Deku says, so that's how it is. I get it. And thrust with air force. Oh, that's good. Okay, he's like kind of flicking a little burst of air to like move around. That's pretty sweet. I think that's Aizawa. Or not Aizawa. All Might looks so funny down there, a little chibi form. How about you practice your black whips in that position? Deku says, yes, sir. Bakugo says, he's working hard, huh? All Might says, float is similar to zero gravity, in that they both suspend one's body midair. First, you need to be able to picture it. Maybe he is using float here. Because the panel in the back says float, but are they just pretending that Uraraka is making him float? That's like I'm interested. What do you guys think in the comments? It's not totally clear, but maybe they did reveal that he has float. All Might says, float is very similar to zero gravity in that they both suspend one's body mid-air. First, you need to be able to picture it. He'll be able to contain the outburst, and then all that's left is to keep his focus on the quirk and keep in mind the idea of I want to fly. Okay? I love the water that Bakugo's drinking. It's called Raquarius, and it's got a picture of Gang Orca on the front as like the sponsor for it. It's funny. All Might and Bakugo just chilling on this like rock bench next to each other. You can't fool them forever, old man. Okay, yeah. Okay, so they don't know. Okay. Forget what I said. Things are different than it used to be when Deku only had one quirk. Sooner or later, they'll realize the nature of his quirk. Yeah, okay. Wow, they're finally diving into this. Dude, for a long time, everyone's like, when are people going to just realize that Deku, like, for one, has a different quirk, but like, when is One For All going to become common knowledge? Because you can't hide it forever. So Deku's flying around. Uraraka says, straighten your back more. Deku says, Sero says, think like you're shooting it out, as opposed to just releasing it. That's so cool. They're all training with him. All Might says, if it were up to me, I would have discouraged him from showing off any of his other quirks. but I would rather not have them manifest explosively in the middle of combat like Black Whip. Okay, so All Might's thinking he's being prepared for the worst case scenario, which is good, because the Black Whip definitely caught people off guard, and that was not a fun situation. Just like you understood that night, it's for the best for him and those around him to be able to see him grow exponentially, to prepare for the inevitable future for when its truth is revealed. Yeah, so he's even saying it's inevitable that one day it's going to come out that, like, maybe not necessarily about One For All, but about, like, him having just straight up, like, something special, like, yeah. All Might says, after all, those who seek power are not exclusively villains. Bakugo's quiet here. As much as I hate to admit it, I have my complete trust in Deku. Wow! Some nice words, like, okay, dude, if we get some Bakugo development here, that'd be so sick. Like, he's come a long way, but this would be we need, like, a big step. He's kind of due for one. But in your notebook, with all the successors, the fourth holder's quirk was scribbled out. The fifth, sixth, and seventh have signed theirs so willingly. So what gives? I noticed a slight hesitation whenever the topic of successors were brought up. What exactly are you hiding from us? What? Tell me, have you realized something? Perhaps the true nature of One For All? All Might says no. Well, I don't know for sure yet. It's hard to assert anything with no evidence. Whoa. All Might says, I am still concerned for young Midoriya's growth. Yours as well. The true nature of One For All. Yo. Okay, we're still continuing. That bastard doesn't realize how special he is, says Bakugo. Must have been part of his upbringing. Even now, where he's advanced so far. It used to annoy the hell out of me. I wanted to keep my distance from him. I pushed back my own feelings of weakness that manifested within me, and I bullied him for it. Yo, dude, he's just coming out and saying why he was such a dick as a kid. This is really good stuff. Holy crap. All Might says, you can say that helping him by participating in his training is part of that atonement. Is that right? Wow, Bakugo! Yo! That's great. It's like a tail. I see. This is back at Deku and the others. Think of it as an extension of your body. The thought probably has never crossed young Midoriya's mind. But you're a lot like Endeavor in that way. Dude, All Might straight up comparing Bakugo to Endeavor, which is like something a lot of the fan base has already done for like years now. Yo, this is crazy. All Might says, I never had the foresight to think ahead until it was too late. There will come a time when we will converse about this again. I may not be in a position to say this, but... What? What are you gonna say? Oh my god, okay, wait. Bakugo pushes Endeavor out of the way. Endeavor, you better not miss this time. Wait. Oh, it looks like he's pushing him out of the way. But Deku... Oh my gosh, Deku is behind Shigaraki now, and he's pulling him behind with the whip. Deku looks so badass right here. Okay. Even at 100% strength, he's resisting my hits, but I can see that his regeneration is slowing. I am dealing damage. I already had destroyed his left arm twice with 100%. Shigaraki, who has inherited the power of All For One. One For All will be the power to topple that of your All For One. Gotta end this right here, right now. He goes in for a punch. Shigaraki, I'm channeling everything I've got into this blow. Whatever the consequences. Did he just like knock his... Wait, okay. For a second there, it looked like he knocked Shigaraki's head off, but that's not the case. He looked like he got a straight, deadly shot right to like the chest or the stomach of him. I was about to freak out when it said whatever the consequences. I thought he just punched like Shigaraki's head off, but no, that's not the case. It looks like he's kind of toppled over here, upside down, got hit straight in the chest or the gut, whichever one. Wow. Chapter 284 end. You know what would be crazy is, you know how like All Might in his fight against All For One, All Might got that crippling blow where his guts got like ripped out, or whatever, that like really limited his time to be as a hero. What if Deku does that sort of thing to Shigaraki, where like maybe neither one of them die in this fight? I don't think either one's gonna die in this fight. But what if Shigaraki is left with a lasting injury? Because we've already seen Deku get lasting injuries. His arm's all sorts of messed up, as we've already seen. You can't push that arm too much anymore. It'd be real interesting if Shigaraki got like a semi-permanent injury of that caliber. This chapter, I want to know what he was about to say right here. All Might says is, I never had the foresight to think ahead until it's too late. There will come a time when we will converse about this again. I may not be in position to say this, but ... Oh, I want to know what he says. I was going to say there. Damn it, I'm going to wait. I heard rumors that, so I don't think we're going to get the next chapter. I think we're going to have another 2-week wait here, I think, from what I've heard. This is so crazy. So, not only are Deku and Shigaraki going at it right now, that's obviously the main kind of thing at the moment, like pressing matter. But this backstory stuff, this like, not even backstory, this is like months ago, but this is so good. I was gonna bring up this like later. Bakugo's been on the battlefield, but he hasn't done much. He had one big attack on Shigaraki, and then he destroyed one of the quirk bullets, but he's been surprisingly kind of quiet. But now we get a chapter spotlighting him, talking to All Might. This is good stuff. I love this. Like, for a long time, I feel like we've been getting fights, and like action. But the one thing that's been missing in this arc is kind of a moment to breathe. Just a moment to step back and to sort of fill in these little gaps as to stuff that's happened over the last few months. Because it's very much been like, boom, we're here. This is the war arc. And we have a bunch of shit going on. But now, I like the fact they took a breather just to kind of flesh out what Bakugo's been going through in his mindset as we progress toward the climax of this arc. Wow. So much. I love this Bakugo coming out and saying why he bullied him. It must have been part of his upbringing, even now, where he's advanced so far. I used to annoy the hell out of me. I wanted to keep my distance from him. I pushed back my own feelings of weakness that manifested within me, and I bullied him for it. I've kind of touched on this before. That was kind of my reasoning as to why I always defended Bakugo in the past. Is his issues were so complex, and while what he did was terrible, like bullying the shit out of Deku and stuff, and being an ass like all those years, I think it came from a genuine place. These are young kids. Like, I mean, they're growing up now. They're like probably 16 at this point, but you know, they're going through stuff. They're trying to figure out who they are, and Bakugo has grown so much. Gosh. And then All Might talking to him. I can't wait to hear what you guys think. By all means, leave your comments in the section below. But if you want to join my Discord, again, link in the description. We're having great discussions there all the time, every day of the week. This is really great stuff. This is a great chapter. I'm sure a lot of people might be upset that we didn't get a whole lot of fighting with Shigaraki and Deku, but this was so damn important. This is great. But Deku's saying he's going 100% right here, and he's like, wow. I already destroyed his left arm twice with 100%. So yeah, he's acknowledging that he's doing damage to Shigaraki here. Wow. Okay, well, this is a great chapter. This is a well-needed chapter. I'm so glad we got a moment of quiet inflection and I don't even know what I'm trying to say, with All Might and Bakugo sitting on this bench watching Deku, but with the afro, by the way. That's still funny. I love the afro hair with Deku. I love Uraraka's hair in the bun. That's adorable. I wish she would keep that hair from here on out. That's like way better than her generic like hair that she has, which is kind of like poofy. This is a much better look. So yeah, great chapter. Great chapter. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you like this video, feel free to like, subscribe, all that stuff. I don't like to push that too much, but you gotta ask people. So, yeah, I do these every week, and stay tuned for the next one. We might have a 2-week wait for it, but I'll have it up the same day, regardless. So, yeah. Until next time, this has been Mighty Gazelle, hoping you all have a mighty day. See you guys.